Okay, so we're going to take a Replistruder like this guy, and we're going to put it on this Replicator 2 that's had its extruder removed. So once you've done that, you have to, you can do it the easy way and like take it apart piece by piece. Just take it off. You should have a couple of screw holes here on the gantry, or the carriage, or whatever you want to call it. And you'll need the motor plug from the cords that normally go to the extruder. And so what you're going to do is you're going to take this Replistruder mount for the Replicator 2. Remember in one of the other videos we talked about the printer bot mount. This one is specifically for the Replicator 2. There is a mount very similar to it for the Replicator Dual, the old wooden open source MakerBot, as well as the Replicator 2X. And those mounts work in a very similar way. There's two mounting holes on the bottom, and those correspond to these two holes, and there's two mounting holes on the top which correspond to the Replistruder itself. If you want to get more into this, you can install a fan in here and a temperature sensor to check on the temperature of the motor, but for most people that's not going to be necessary. If I get enough requests for that, I'll go into that. So let's go ahead and assemble this. So first things first, we're going to put this mount on the Replicator 2. And basically what that entails is you just line it up here and you feed in the screws from the bottom. It may be tough to kind of screw these in. On this particular Replicator 2, the holes are pretty tight, so I can actually screw them into the plastic first, and then they'll actually screw into the mount. But just put them all the way in until they bottom out or become almost impossible to tighten. Should take 2 seconds. Alright, now the mount's on here. Okay, this can hold the Replistruder, and we're going to go ahead and put the Replistruder on. So I've got the motor from the extruder that was originally on here, and I'm going to go ahead and connect its plug like that. Okay, I'm going to feed the wires through this, and I can now put the Replistruder on if I want to. Take the Replistruder. You've got two bolt holes here. Now remember when we were talking earlier about assembling the Replistruder beforehand? I'm going to assume you've done that. So what you should actually have is this guy completely assembled. If you've already watched the video on the assembly, you can kind of skip the next minute or so. Alright, so that's assembled. This can be plugged in, and this can be put here, and you just need two M13 or M16 or whatever you can find that'll screw into those holes on the motor to go through those two holes. You can tighten them quite a bit. Honestly, you don't need to do it too much unless you're running this extruder really quickly across or in the XY. When it's finger tight, you've probably done enough. So now this is mounted and ready to go. And as far as software settings go, we'll cover that either in another video or in an online tutorial. So that's all there is to this.